Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am giving you a full face, kind of a get ready with me, but my drugstore Holy Grail. So, should I say my drugstore Holy Grails products? A lot of plurals. So these are basically like staples. Like I reach for these constantly. These sometimes win over high-end versions, so it doesn't mean because for instance, what's a good for instance? Yes, highlighter. Just because I like this highlighter a lot, which it's actually not that cheap, doesn't mean there's not other highlighters I love that are drugstore. So it's kind of hard because, you know, I can really only pick one for the sake of time, and I'd love to go through everything, but maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to do like best drugstore highlighter, I don't know. But everything I'm using today, I found in a drugstore or online, very affordable, and I feel like it is worth its salt. Is that a phrase? I don't know. Okay. e.l.f. primer. This hydrating primer is actually, it's well rated on Beautypedia. It is good for hydrating. It's just a basic primer, like maybe instead of Smashbox or something like that, or Makeup Forever. Just to let you know, not all the e.l.f. primers are good for sensitive skin. Some of them do have some ingredients that are questionable. This one is completely fragrance free. It doesn't have any alcohol. It's, you know, it's all in the clear. Wet n Wild Photo Focus. This guy, girl, she's a winner. I'm using shade Nude Ivory. There's about 3 shades. They really have a good shade selection, and I feel like because it's definitely kind of an adapting shade. I don't know if that was their intention, but there's about 3 shades of this I can use. I don't need like an exact match. And so I kind of have like my summer, my deep winter, and then like my in-between shade, and this is that. I think this is like my in-between shade. This is also a really good one for sensitive skin. If you're concerned with alcohol, fragrance, any type of botanicals, all good. It's not a full coverage, it's more of a medium buildable coverage. Whew, let's take care of these inner dark circles. Oh, I tell you, I am, yeah. So CoverGirl Outlast. I love right now the Makeup Revolution. I still like the Maybelline. What is that? Age Rewind with the sponge. I like Catrice. I like NYX. You know, there are several I like, but this is my all-time favorite. It has a good shade range. It also is a ridiculous variation in price. So I think at Ulta it's $11.99, and then I think at Target it's $8.99. So I don't know. I mean, it's just really weird. Shop around to see where the best prices. Let's see here. Do I want to do any more? I think I'm good. I have the Flower Illuminating, the Miracle Grow. It's not Miracle Grow. It's not for plants. The Miracle Glow powder. I love this stuff. But then I found this on Shop Hush. It's Luxe Glow Goddess Italia Deluxe. It's like $5. It doesn't even have talc in it. It's kind of cool. So I might use a combination of these two. The Flower Beauty is really good for taking the puff and pressing it in. And then I also like to take the Italia Deluxe, which is sort of like a Givenchy knockoff because, I mean, look at it. Hi, it's got the 4 shades, and it even has the square sifter holes. Yeah. So I'm going to use my Sonia Kashuk powder brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. And I'm just going to kind of, since it's it's got 4 shades, and it's kind of this goddess. This is also has a little bit, not sparkle, but kind of a sheen like that Flower Beauty one does. And I think that's good for a mature skin. You know, we want a powder, we want to set our makeup, but we also want a little bit of life in our powders. We don't need that really strong matte look. I mean, we've got highlighter and bronzer that can go so many different ways, because this is like when you really want highlighter and you want it to pop, and then this is so good if you want it to just look like you're glowing. And then this is such a great dupe for the Laura Geller Balanced and Brighten. And then we've got, oh my gosh, Holy Grail Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzers, and the shade is so amazing. Reserve Your Cabana. I also love the Profusion. You can't get them at Target anymore. It's pretty crappy packaging, to be honest with you. The mirror just fell out. But the Profusion contour palette is so good. It's really inexpensive. I can't remember what I paid, but you can get them at TJ Maxx, and I believe you can get them online. You might even get them on Shop Hush. So I'm gonna use the light contour shade, and I'm just gonna go in, and I'm gonna kind of contour up today. Just feel like. So if you lust after the Kat Von D Shade and Light, a good dupe is the Makeup Revolution or this Profusion. If you want a powder contour palette, I feel like this kind of does that. But you don't want to spend $50. I don't blame you. I actually found my Shade and Light at Marshall's because Kat Von D, I think, was doing some repackaging, and so there was a lot of Sephora brand like Marc Jacobs and Kat Von D at Marshall's and TJ Maxx, and it's very exciting. Same with Anastasia, but they're not made in the Sephora factories, I don't think. Anyway, so I'm giving myself some sculpt, right? Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. Okay, now let's get some beigey highlight going just right here. I like to make this part under my eye have a bit of pop, you know what I mean? Go with this highlighter right here. I'll do a little bit around my eyebrows, right there. A little down my nose. Yes, I did. Wet n Wild, once again, color icon. This time it's in Rosé Champagne. These blushes can sit on the shelf a while, I think, at drugstores. So pay attention to the coloring of the ones on your drugstore shelf, because I've seen where they all look the same and they're kind of this version of, I don't know, kind of yellow, and it's really weird. And I think it's just because they've sat there. Eye primer, Essence, I Love Color. There's also I Love Stage. This is intensifying. This is a good eyeshadow primer. I feel like it beats the, oh, is it Makeup Revolution or Milani I didn't like? Now I have to remind myself which one. I think it was Makeup Revolution. Is the Milani one good? Wet n Wild, the new shadow palettes. These have been out for a few months, but I highly recommend these. They are all You can get every single one of them. They're $4.99 and they're amazing quality. And then this way you just have so much to choose from. These Milani palettes are phenomenal. These are such phenomenal shadows, but if you don't want to pay $20 on the website or $15 at Walmart, I totally get that. That's a lot of money. Cheaper than going to Sephora for some things. But, you know, that's why I included this one, because I feel like, you know, you get some really good choice with this Wet n Wild one. And I'm going to just go with the lighter shade. And I'm just doing this to set that primer. I really have found that my lids, because, you know, they wrinkle, they crease, which I feel like everybody does. But if I wait at all between putting on eye primer and eyeshadow, then there's always a crease, and I find it to be difficult to remove. So if I stick in a white shade or a powder, right away it sets it. Now, this Real Techniques is the blue, the new blue whatever brush line. It's a limited edition. It's supposed to be so amazing for blending pigments. I do think it's good. I got it at Walgreens for $13. The guy at the counter was like, $13 for a brush? And I'm all, oh honey, you have no idea. He's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, that's cheap. Or that is on the lower end. And he was like, oh my God. Anyway, so I think they do a good job. I mean, I didn't get the powder ones, but I'm kind of interested. I love this shape of shadow brush. It just is the eye one. There's only one. So does it say B04? Yeah, so if you want to try it, there were a few face ones, and I'm kind of interested now that I see how well it blends the... I love cheap makeup brushes. I love e.l.f. I love Wet n Wild brushes. I love Sonia Kashuk brushes. I love, oh, Milani has really good brushes. I love Real Techniques. I love, oh gosh, BH Cosmetics. But if you think that you need some kind of premium fiber to blend better, maybe this will kind of fill the bill. And I do think it's nice. I do. So great transition shade, yes. I'm going to go in with a little darker. This is a Vanity Planet brush. I have a discount code in my description box because it's like $100 or something, and then the code takes it down to 30 and it's 15 brushes, and it's actually a really good deal. And I've had these brushes for, I'm guessing, 2 years now, and they've served me quite well. Now I'm going to do eyebrows, and I have two, and they're kind of funny because the LA Colors one is so cheap and it's really good. Browy Wowie. I like it because it's waxy and it comes with a spoolie, and for me that is always a hit. And then the Milani has this Pomade Pencil, so I feel like it's kind of like the Anastasia that you brush on, but it's in a pencil. It's so soft, it's so waxy, but the problem is because it's so soft, you can really use this up quickly, but I feel like it's a nice product. So I might just start with that. Let's remember my bargain of the week, Jesse's Girl Liquid Liner. I am going to do a little bit of that. So good. And my two favorite cheap mascaras right now, the NYX Totally, what is it called? Worth the Hype, and my Essence Instant Volume Boost. I do the Essence first, kind of coat it, kind of get that pigment on there, get that product on there, not getting it on my lid, which happens all the time. And then I take the NYX and I work it. So moving on to lip products, I have actually a few to share with you, which I know I'm like, oh, I'm not going to show you everything in every category, but lip liners for me are hard to decide because there are some really good cheap ones. And they are actually quite long wearing, and I prefer an automatic pencil better than a pencil to sharpen, although I always feel bad because a pencil to sharpen is actually better for the environment. So there you go. The LA Girl Ultimate, these liners are so long wearing, and I have several. They're $4.99 at Ulta. The NYX, they are called, well, I think they're just called automatic, right? But the NYX ones are great. And then and then the Wet n Wild, the color icon. These are so good. So I'm kind of like, which one do I pick? And in terms of lipstick, there are so many good affordable lip products. But guys, right now, I think I am in love with these. So Milani has just been killing it for me. The Amore Shine lip gloss, love it, and the matte, and the lip toppers. And then now Pacifica has a new liquid lip called Pluscious, and they're so soft. The shade ranges are very neutral, not a lot to choose from, but very comfortable on the lips. The LA Girl Lipify Stylo is so good. It really, really is good. And then Beauty Big Bang, it's like $2. Their liquid lipstick is really good. I know, it's so funny. So I'm trying to decide if I want a red lip or a neutral lip. I think I'm gonna go with neutral because my day is really low key today. I think I like the Wet n Wild red one. Oh, I picked Maybelline. I thought this was the Wet n Wild one, and it's not, and that's why I don't like it right now. Sorry, Maybelline. You're not doing it for me. This is the LA Girl in Keep It Spicy. And I'll show you the Pacifica. I know this is new, and I'm like, this is all Holy Grail. I've been reaching for this stuff. But honestly, in the couple weeks I've had this, excuse me, I have been reaching for it because it is so comfortable. I'm gonna have to pick up a red in this formula. They had red, nude, maybe like a mauve, and like a deep wine. And the shade is Breathless. It takes a while to dry down, and it doesn't dry down flat, even when I do, because I get impatient. I take a tissue and I just kind of touch my lips to it. And this is like really natural, so I hope this isn't boring for you guys. I'm gonna do some setting spray. This e.l.f. setting spray, Makeup Mist and Set. So cheap, so good. No ingredients to worry about. Love it. And there you are. So Holy Grail, cheap drugstore You know, am I even? Do I have anything? Any mascara flakes? You guys will let me know, right? Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. I hope that was fun for you, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments or your Holy Grail drugstore items. Give me a thumbs up if you would, and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you next time. Bye.